back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hey guys, so I'm here today to do a very quick little book haul for you because I recently went to the Picador showcase and I was given a couple of books there, and then I've had a few through in the post and picked up one or two others, because that's what I do. So let me just give you a quick rundown of all the books I've recently acquired. The first one I have to show you is this one, Arm of the Sphinx, which is by Josiah Bancroft. I just completed Senlin Ascends in February, and that's the first one in the series. Arm of the Sphinx is the second, and I believe the third one is out late this year, maybe early next year. So very excited to have this, and it's one that I'm definitely looking forward to reading. I've actually just started it, so I'm a little way into it, as you can see, and this one follows Senlin, our main character from the first one, but in this story he has managed to get onto an airship and we follow his adventure from that point onwards. So I'm definitely excited about this, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. This one I got on the 20th of February, so I need to read this by the 3rd of April, but I think I'll probably read it ahead of then because I've already started. Next up is some of the books I got from the Picador event. So the first one I picked up there is China Miéville's The Last Days of New Paris. This is a new short one coming out from him, which is quite unusual. He doesn't usually do short ones, so I haven't read any of his short work and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I don't know an awful lot about it. I don't really want to because China Miéville writes super duper weird fiction. It's called like New Weird, and I think this is another one of those. It came in on the 27th of February because that's when the event was, so it needs to be read by the 10th of April. So again, I'm not sure how quickly I'm going to get to this, but I think it's a really easy little read, so I'm sure I can definitely get through it in time. Another one that I picked up at the Picador event and that I'm a little bit unsure about is this one, Connect by Julian Go. I've not heard of this one before, but the cover was quite exciting. It drew me into it, and it sounds like it's about a kind of hacker. In a world run by computers, hackers have the power, and an awkward homeschooled Colt is among the best. But when Colt secretly submits his mother Naomi's breakthrough research to a biotech conference and it's immediately shut down, mother and son are forced to go on the run. And it sounds like it's going to be quite an interesting one. I'm not sure if it's going to be more general fiction or sci-fi. I hope it falls more towards sci-fi than general fiction, but it's quite a chunky read and the writing's fairly small, so we'll see when I get to this. I need to read it by the 10th of April if I'm going to read it, so we'll see. Next up is another one I picked up at the event, and this one is the one I'm most excited about because we actually had the author of this, Adam Kay, who was doing the comparing for the event, so he was in charge, he was introducing everyone, and this is called This Is Going to Hurt. Now I actually had seen this in shops and I just wasn't sure if it was going to be for me, but he did a reading from this book when we were at the event and it was incredibly funny, so funny. So this is kind of like a diary that he kept whilst he was a junior doctor of all the really stupid things that humans do to themselves and then come into the emergency room for. So there was a lot of stuff to do with sexual things that people were doing that was bad, and he was reading them out and it was just hilarious. We were all there laughing. It was a packed room at this event and we were all just laughing so much about all of the stuff he was reading from this. So it does sound very X-rated, but it also sounds incredibly funny, and I can't wait to give this a try very soon. Again, it needs to be out by the 10th of April, so I'm sure that will be doable. It's not too long and it's a non-fiction, and I haven't really been reading non-fiction too much recently, so I'm definitely keen to give this one a go very soon. Next up, I have a book that came in quite recently. This is Autonomous by Annalee Newitz. I don't really know too much about this one, to be honest. It's a science fiction, but I know a lot of people in the US enjoyed it, so I'm definitely intrigued to see if I will enjoy it as well. I haven't heard too many people give an actual review synopsis of it. I'm sure it'll be good. I don't know too much. I like going into books blind, so I don't like knowing too much about them. And the final one that I have is Snorri Christiansen's Kin. This one is a new one that comes out on the 8th of March from JoFletcher Books. I believe it is a Viking fantasy, and it's actually got a quote on the back from Mark Lawrence saying, "For Vikings done right, come to Snorri Christiansen." So he obviously likes it, and I don't know too much about the story. It's quite a short book actually. Everyone loves a family reunion. He can deny it all he likes, but everyone knows the Viking warlord Unthor Regnisson brought home a great chest of treasure when he retired the longboats and settled down with Hildinga in a remote valley. Now, in the summer of 970, adopted daughter Helga is waiting the arrival of her unknown siblings, and they're coming with darkness in their hearts. The siblings gather, bad blood simmers, and old feuds resurface as his heirs make a move on the old man's estate. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty fun one, quite fast-paced hopefully, and definitely one I'm intrigued about. I'll let you know how this one is. I need to read this by the 11th of April. Do let me know in the comments your thoughts on all these books, if you've read any of them, if you plan to. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.